Hello friends, this is IP Sharan. Today I am going to talk you about economy, and I will be talking about such a questions, or I would say such areas from where repeatedly questions are being asked in prelims examination. So if you study economy, you can have this idea, this view at the back of your mind when you are studying. What happens most of the time, we know that 11th and 12th economics are not enough for prelims examination. So every student, including me, referred one standard resource from the market. But sometimes we see that the resources are very bulky, or there are resources which are very small. They don't contain enough comprehensive stuff of the economics. Here I will be talking about only five areas, five aspects of economy which you should bear in your mind while you are reading and revising economy. Let us start. First is external sector chapter. You will find that maximum questions which are asked in examination, you will certainly find that for last 2 years and more than that, you would find many questions are from external sector. So these questions, many of them are understanding based. These questions are conceptual. So there, if you can recall, last year there was question on REER, right? Real effective exchange rate. So there are questions on exports, imports, and their relationship with depreciation, appreciation of the currency, or if there is a withdrawal of foreign portfolio investment, or if there is a rise in interest rate in other country, how our monetary policy is related with that. So there are a lot of questions on external sectors, which includes exchange rate, then depreciation, appreciation, foreign portfolio investment is there. Then there is a imports and the exports and the relationship with depreciation, appreciation of the currency. Then what is the devaluation and the revaluation of the currency. So similar concepts are there in external sector chapter of economy. So in every resource, in every book, in every note, you will find one chapter on external sector. So I request you to read that chapter very thoroughly. You also go through previous year's questions of external sectors. You try to go through options of those questions as well. And whatever the statements, whatever the concepts which they have asked in those previous year's questions also, you Google them. You try to read about those concepts which are related with external sector, and you also read and search and browse about the keywords which are mentioned in those questions which are related with external sector. So I think if you study this, I guarantee you the conceptual questions which are being asked frequently in economy will be easily solvable, will be easily attempted by you guys. Second is money and banking. So the second most important chapter from which there would be lot of questions in your prelims JS1 paper would be from this chapter. So you should be well thorough with the concepts and the terminologies which are mentioned in money and banking. So there are SLR, okay, there are cash reserve ratio is there, inflation wala stuff is there. So there are a lot of questions about money and banking. You go through the chapter, you understand how the creation of money happens, or what is money multiplier, broad money, narrow money, M1, M2. There are a lot of concepts in this chapter. I have not mentioned all those keywords here, but I would like you to, I would like you guys to go through the any standard resource which has this chapter and which has enough content on this particular chapter. So you go through all the keywords, all the concepts which are mentioned in the chapter, you try to understand, and then you also go through previous year's questions based on these concepts, and you also go through the options which are mentioned in those questions. You google them, you browse them, and have solid understanding about these chapters. So first is external sectors, second is money and banking. So here I'm talking about the priority you should give to these chapters. There are other chapters which are also important. There would be questions on agriculture sector, etc., etc., but I want to stress here upon the sure short conceptual questions which could be which would be there in your examination in coming prelims. Third is, if there is any new tax or any new economic keyword is there, or if they have announced any new scheme in budget, you keep that thing in your mind, because there are high chances that that thing can be asked in prelims examination. Many times they have asked a few things which are announced in budget in mains also and in prelims also. So you keep watch on that. So those new taxes or new keywords, economic concepts, and any new schemes which can be related with any sector of our economy, you keep watch on those concepts, watch on those declarations made in the budget, and there are high chances that those questions could be asked. Now there is fourth point, which is nothing but economic survey. I myself have observed that the concepts through which Indian economy is going through, the economic conditions through which Indian economy is going through, which are extensively discussed in economic survey. There are conceptual questions on those theories or on those concepts. So if there are a lot of economic survey summaries, once economic survey is released, there are a lot of economic surveys summaries are made by various institute. So you go through one of them and you try to read those summaries of economic survey, so that you would understand which concept they have discussed and which concept they have associated Indian economy with, or the economic condition or phenomena through which Indian economy is going through. So that you keep a watch on those things, because there are high chances that conceptual questions on those theories could be formed. So how will you get to know about that? So I would recommend you try to search a test which is based upon budget and economic survey, and you go through each and every questions which is there in that test. So there are a lot of tests available freely. So you take any test which is prepared on the on the content which is mentioned there in budget and economic survey. So that test series you solve, you revise that. There are 100% chances that the newer concept must be there in that test series which is there in economic survey. So I myself had got benefited from this approach, because I had solved one test which was there based on the economic survey and budget, and there was one question asked in examination, and which was actually conceptual question. So that is one thing, you keep that thing in mind. The last is current affairs. So whenever you are reading newspaper, so I hope you are reading newspaper, daily newspaper, so you must be knowing about the economic sector happenings across India as well as across world. And during those period, whatever things you read, whatever things you felt important, let me tell you, there was balance of payment crisis in Sri Lanka. So Sri Lanka had to go to IMF, right, to borrow, so that they could fund their import and all those stuff related with that BOP crisis. And there was questions on IMF. So that's why I'm saying those things which were very much in the news, and especially from economy, you try to find those things. If you have made notes of those things, it is good. But if you don't have those notes while reading booklet or while reading any other current affair resource, you just keep watch on those things which were too much in the news. And let me tell you, if you prepare those concepts, those news and things around those issues, there are high chances that you will get question in coming examination. So I hope this was a broader view and a broader approach for those who are struggling in economy. So I believe that if you are confused what to read and what not, if you have not done enough revisions, I would say you just do these things first and then you focus on other aspects of economy. I'm not telling that you should ignore other things, but believe me, this will also give you a lot of marks. So you try to cover these things first, and then you can read other things as well. I wish you all the best. Thank you.